Happy award show season! This is like my favorite time of year. I love award show season, and I'm a really big dork. And so, we are gonna talk about some movies. We're gonna talk about the Oscars and our predictions and what we like and what we don't like and all that fun stuff. So I'm gonna start off with Caleb.
Caleb, take it away.
He has the computer, so I'm just gonna make him say things.
He has the power.
You guys want to start with Best Picture?
Let's do Best Picture.
Alright, so Best Picture nominations, The Big Short, Bridge of Spies, Brooklyn, Mad Max Fury Road, The Martian, The Revenant, Room, and Spotlight.
Some good movies.
Those are some movies that are good.
Let's
be honest.
I've seen a decent chunk of those, I would say. At least 3 or 4. My favorite movie out of all of those, and I really enjoyed all the movies of those that I have seen, I really, really enjoyed, and could all be merited in their own right. But I'm gonna have to say, I gotta go with Spotlight for my Best Picture choice. Spotlight was so good. It was one of those movies that I sat down and I was completely immersed in the story from start to finish. I was completely invested the entire time, fascinated the entire time, on the edge of my seat for like all the new on the edge of my seat, but yet like nothing big, actiony or like violence or anything was happening, but yet I was on the edge of my seat because of the story and like what was going on. And that's a very powerful thing, especially nowadays when like, you know, CGI is all the rage and like effects are all the rage, and I'm not like trying to knock those down because they can still be amazing and great, but I don't know, there's something about Spotlight that I just thought was really, really special, and I feel like because of that, I feel like it would be a really good Best Picture.
Yeah, I definitely think it's between The Revenant and Spotlight.
Yes.
And having seen them both, The Revenant is excellent.
Very.
And we'll talk about Leo and like Tom Hardy and stuff as we move along.
Yeah.
But as an overall movie, I think Spotlight should probably win Best Picture. I think as a movie itself, it's probably better.
Yeah.
I think like everyone in that movie, like Michael Keaton, Ruffalo, Rachel McAdams, like all these like really great performances, and they all kind of fit seamlessly, and that's also interesting because I feel like there isn't really one like star in that movie, which is interesting.
Yeah.
But no, like the story's really important. It's really great. It's about like the child molestation charges within the Catholic Church, specifically in Boston.
Which is really something that we need to talk about.
Yeah, it was a really powerful story and something I myself wasn't like too familiar with. So. Really excellent movie. Out of the other nominees, I mean, The Martian was good.
Haven't seen it.
We'll talk about Ex Machina, but I would put Ex Machina before The Martian.
Was it not? It wasn't
It's
nominated.
It wasn't nominated.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying in terms of like I would put Ex Machina in that category instead of The Martian. Yeah, that's a good pick. I thought The Martian was good, but maybe not Best Picture quality, but.
Maybe for editing. Like, have you seen like all the stuff that goes in for that editing?
Yeah,
they
it's
even have,
definitely
like
a good
the
movie.
reflections on like the helmets, like they had to get
Yeah.
it. Like it took so long for them to do that.
Sure.
Big Short's my editing pick. If you've seen that movie, you understand. I feel like how amazing the editing in that movie was.
The one two I've seen so far is Room and Brooklyn, which I loved both of them. Both very, again, strong female characters and strong stories. So I still need to watch the other ones though. But if either of those won, they probably won't. But if either of those won, I'd be happy.
I feel like they're gonna win for their own separate rights. Brooklyn, I'm not so sure about, but Room, when we talk about actors, we're definitely gonna talk about Room.
Yep.
I have seen 0 of these, so my opinion is moot, which has also rendered me to reading nominations.
We just make Caleb do the things we don't want to do.
Yes.
Yes. All right, next category,
Move on.
please.
Alright, Best Director, Adam McKay for The Big Short, George Miller, Mad Max Fury Road, Alejandro G. Inarritu, I think that's right.
Yeah, I think it's.
I hope so. Whatever. The Revenant, Lenny Abrahamson, sounds like he's gonna watch this.
He might.
He might, yeah, sure. Tom McCarthy, Spotlight.
Okay. I'm gonna have to put my money between Adam McKay, Big Short.
Yeah, I think he's kind of the dark horse.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And Inarritu. It's definitely, I feel like Inarritu is probably gonna win, and he probably should, because the way he directed that movie and the like choices he made, and the fact that they used all natural light, and that they like got into the nitty gritty to make that movie.
And for those unfamiliar, this is the same guy who directed Birdman
and
last year.
Which is really impressive to me because those movies I love them both, but they could not be more different.
Yeah,
like if you would have told me beforehand, like, oh yeah, this is the director of Birdman, without me knowing, it would have been like, no, it wasn't. Like, just like based off of style, which I think shows how talented he is. That he can do two completely diverse movies, but both have be like at Oscar quality 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
In the words of Drake, he could go back to back. Caleb. Yeah, no, I think I agree with you. I think Adam McKay is the dark horse.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised or upset if he won, just because this is a pretty, I wouldn't say like a huge departure, but a pretty big departure from what he normally does.
Yeah.
Adam McKay normally
And
does.
you haven't seen The Big Short yet, right?
Sure.
Yo, you haven't. So, but like without giving too much away, it's the way they incorporated. Like The Big Short has a lot of like complex like housing market terms and like stock market terms and things that like the average person isn't really familiar with. So the way Adam McKay found a way to explain that and teach that to his audience that was creative and unique and fun and different, and the way he did that and like put everything together, I just thought was really, really cool and very different. And I think that's why he's the dark horse.
Sure. And then we were talking about this beforehand, but Danny and I felt that DiCaprio and then Inarritu were kind of the like big force in what made The Revenant so great. So that's probably why I would say Alejandro should get Best Director.
Right.
Because I think that movie is kind of a testament to how talented he is, as well as DiCaprio. Yeah.
Best actor.
Let's go on to Best Actor.
All right.
Leo.
Bryan Cranston for Trumbo. Matt Damon, The Martian. Leonardo DiCaprio, The Revenant. Michael Fassbender, Steve Jobs. Eddie Redmayne, The Danish Girl.
It's Leo,
Leo.
right?
It's
Yeah,
Leo.
so, I
If
mean,
this is not...
dude needs to win an Oscar.
Dude needs to win an Oscar, but if this is not the movie that he wins the Oscar... Okay, can you just
I like.
for people who haven't seen The Revenant, which this won't really give much away, you haven't. Leo literally says like 30 words,
Right.
maybe. Like there's
Powerful grunting in that movie.
So much
Powerful.
grunting. There's barely any dialogue, and for someone to give an Oscar-worthy performance with barely any dialogue
all
says
facial.
a lot.
It was very facial, like physically expressive performance. Excellent.
Yeah.
Like when you think about like the movies like this dude was in, like Titanic, which like I'm not like I think it's a good movie. I'm not a huge Titanic fan, whatever. But like he didn't win for that. Okay, whatever. The Departed, like one of the best movies of our time, like didn't win for that. Out of like. The dude needs to win an Oscar, and I think, like, I don't necessarily think this is the best performance DiCaprio's ever given, to be honest. I think it's one of the many great performances. Yeah, I think it's just another performance that he's given. Like, Wolf of Wall Street was great. Should he have won for that? Probably, maybe not.
I feel like this
Good
was way
movie,
better.
though.
His performance in this was better than Wolf.
Yeah, I agree, and they're obviously very different.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I think this is just another addition to this huge like legacy he's built for himself, and I think this is just the one where you're like, okay, this was a great performance, and we need to recognize this guy. It's like
about damn time.
like he's the best actor of our generation. Like if you think about it,
One
I
of
don't
them,
think I
yes.
would include like Tom Hanks in that, and like De Niro's not like our. I don't know. I
That's a
feel
good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
like when I think of like modern movies that we grew up with, like best actor probably is Leonardo DiCaprio.
So
So
like of that, you know, age group is really, I feel like Michael Fassbender is really the one.
yeah, Fassbender's
Like,
great
he's
too.
a talented actor, but like
Yeah.
not much time.
Yeah, and with Eddie
No.
Redmayne, he won last year.
He did.
Sure.
And his performance in that was, I feel like, I haven't seen The
Agree with
Danish
everything.
Girl yet, but from what I've read, his performance in the year before was much better. Yeah. I don't see him winning.
I do want to see The Danish Girl though, and I just love Eddie Redmayne as a human being.
Mm-hmm.
I think he is an adorable little human, and every time I see him, I want to give him a hug. So
That's very humble.
he looks so huggable, and he won last year, and he totally deserved it last
Yeah.
year. But this year, yeah, I don't think this is this year, and I think he knows that. I think he's
Yeah.
just happy to be nominated. I mean, like, and his.
Just to be there.
Yeah.
I know, like, because he back to back,
I hate winning.
back to
Just recognized.
back to back nominations are always excited, and his wife's pregnant, so like life
Yeah.
is just really
Good for
excited,
him, yeah.
exciting for them right now, and yeah, so really, I think Eddie's gonna be fine.
And Matt Damon was good, but as I
Oh,
said
Matt
before,
Damon.
The Martian was good. Matt Damon
Love
was
Matt Damon.
the best part of that movie, I would say. But again, like DiCaprio's great. I love Fassbender.
Yeah.
Fassbender's like
I haven't seen
He's
it.
amazing. Well, he's just great in
He
everything.
is
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
everything he's in.
He's great.
Yeah, he's
Solid.
like the best part of
He's
every
solid.
movie he's in.
Yeah.
But anyway, DiCaprio should probably win.
Leo,
So cool.
gavel down.
Alright, Best Actress, Kate Blanchett, Carol, Brie Larson, Room, Jennifer Lawrence, Joy, Charlotte Rampling, 45 Years, and I don't know this
It's like Serrano Rohan.
It's Irish. I
Yeah.
feel really bad. I don't know how to pronounce this girl's name. It's the girl who
She's
stars.
hard.
She's in Brooklyn. Yeah.
She's the girl who stars in Brooklyn, and I think she's adorable. And
She's
everyone
super
always
cute.
mispronounces her name, so I'm not going to attempt to pronounce it because I know I'll get it wrong.
I think this is another one where we can kind of like. I haven't seen Room, but
Neither
like if
have
we're
I.
making a prediction, Brie Larson
Brie
will
Larson.
Amazing.
win this, but I haven't
Everyone's
seen the
saying
movie.
And
so
plus,
that's
she
really
just
hard.
seems like like all the other times that she's won when she like goes up to accept. She's just so sweet and just like
Yeah, she's great.
humble, which so that I
Yeah.
always like that about her.
Side story kind of revolving around Brie Larson. Brie Larson did an interview where someone asked her, so how does it feel to be the new it girl? And Brie, which is a stupid phrase,
Yeah.
and Brie Larson provided the most adorable, perfect answer. She was like, what is it? Can you tell me what it is? Like, I mean, I guess I'm happy, but like, how does one get it? Like, what is it? And just started like playing with the term about
very
it.
philosophical.
Like,
What
Joe-
is
It, like, just, but not even like jokingly philosophical, like just confused.
yeah,
like,
yeah,
what is
sure.
this? Like, basically
That's
saying,
just a weird
yeah,
question.
basically being like, this is a stupid question and this is a stupid thing
Yeah.
to call someone, and just kind of owned it
I
in
mean,
a really
even
awesome
just ask
way.
like, how does it feel to be like more popular or more in the public eye?
Yeah, or
in
how
terms
does it
of,
feel
like,
to
how
be
people-
recognized for your talent?
Sure.
Yeah.
How do you
You're-
feel know that more? How do you feel that more people know your name than before?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Something
or
that.
like,
don't.
yeah,
that's
it's-
just a bad question.
That's a different
Anyway.
rant though for another day.
But
But
she was great. Her performance was just mind-blowingly fantastic.
Brie Larson,
yeah, she's
pretty
great.
decisive.
Pretty decisive. I haven't even seen
Actress.
Room yet, but I just already want her to win.
Yeah.
She's definitely a favorite.
I'm just hopping on the bandwagon. Yeah.
Like, J-Lo was good in Joy, but Joy itself wasn't that good.
No.
Like, honestly,
She's been nominated how many
That's what I've
times? Like 4 or 5?
Yeah.
Like
she's-
every year.
and
Yeah.
she's won once, and
She's
I really,
good, though, but-
yeah, she is good, and I thought she made Joy. Like, Joy would have been nothing without her,
Yeah.
but this movie itself wasn't that great. So,
Yeah.
like, that doesn't say that much. Like,
And
I-
plus, she did such a good job in Silver Linings Playbook that I would
That's
like
like-
to see
that
her
was a
win
great
for something
movie.
that
That
wasn't
was
as
good.
good. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So.
Okay, so we're gonna move away from the Oscars a little bit and just talk about generally like our favorite movies. Some of the ones we haven't mentioned, we've already talked about like The Revenant and Spotlight a lot. So we'll go in to talk about definitely the biggest movie in terms of money this year, Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Elise, take it
Okay.
away.
I'm just gonna act
Give us
like
your thoughts.
All right. I saw the movie opening night. Going into it, I was so nervous.
Sure.
I cried about 10 times during the movie. Just every time an old character came on screen, I cried. After I saw it about like the 3rd time, I realized it was still great. Don't get me wrong. A little overrated.
Yeah.
Acting, characters, phenomenal. Editing was pretty good. Special effects were like great, but not in your face. Story, very, very weak. It was like seeing episode 4 all over again. But I mean, it wasn't the best Star Wars movie ever. It definitely wasn't the best movie ever. But overall, I think it was a good reboot.
Right.
Hoping that with the next 2 that they like really switch it up.
Yeah, I'm definitely on the same side as you. I think it's a good movie. For me, it's definitively like the 4th best Star Wars movie. I don't think it's better than any of the original, any part of the original trilogy. Yeah, I mean, it's A New Hope, as you said, kind of like recycled, so that's like a tough thing for them to kind of wave off, like that's a legitimate criticism. And yeah, I think I would venture as far to say that The Force Awakens has the best acting performances of any Star Wars movie ever.
They were great.
It's just that the story wasn't terribly strong in terms of, okay, we've seen this before. And that was intentional, but I just didn't like that choice.
Yeah, still
So,
worth seeing.
Definitely still really good.
I mean, I've already seen it 3 times, so
Yeah, I contributed to the billions of dollars, I think.
yeah.
So. Cool. And then another movie that we haven't really talked about,
But
I
it's
mentioned
totally
briefly,
worth any hype.
Ex Machina might be my favorite movie of the year. Maybe Revenant. It's like really close. That's a great Ex Machina. It's amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say it. I mean, I've only seen like out of the movies that came out this year, the big ones I've seen were just Ex Machina and Beast of No Nation, both of which were really good. But Beast of No Nation was just like disturbing as all hell. So I'm definitely gonna go with Ex Machina. It was really intense. Like I was sitting watching it on my laptop in my dorm room with some friends, and I was like tensed up. Like I'm not like how I would be in a movie theater, but just on my laptop. That's just how intense it was.
Yeah.
And, I hope it wins Best Original Screenplay because
It is nominated.
it's deserved. It is deserved.
Yeah. No, great story. Like
Really tense. Like you don't know
tension
what
is
to
amazing.
think. You know who to trust. Like all that kind of like everything a good screenplay should be for a thriller.
it was good.
Just watch it. It's good.
No, and like I was saying to you, like Domhnall Gleeson, like this is like the year of Domhnall Gleeson because he's in Ex Machina and great in it. He's pretty much the main character. He and Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac, wow.
Awesome.
Who doesn't love that? He was also
he's killing it too.
He was in Star Wars.
Oscar Isaac's killing it too.
Yeah, he was great.
But
really charismatic in that.
Right.
One.
Yeah.
This one, he's like really shady.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It really should like those two movies show
good.
how talented he really is.
Ex Machina is amazing. I completely recommend it.
Oh,
but
you
Domhnall
did.
Gleeson was in The Revenant, Ex Machina, and Star Wars, which were all
Was he?
yeah. He
He
plays
was
a
in
pretty
Brooklyn,
big role in
too.
The Revenant.
I should go outside.
He was in a bunch of nominated movies.
But yeah, so he was great this year. He killed it. But Ex Machina is amazing.
Yeah.
Patricia likes it. She likes Ex Machina.
I want to talk about a movie that did get some Oscar love. It got nominated for what I expected it to be nominated for, but it also actually got nominated for Best Original Screenplay, which was pretty cool. And I'm talking about easily the best animated movie of the year, Inside Out. I loved Inside Out. I've seen it 3 times. I cry the same places every single time. And I mean, like, cry a lot of tears. It's a beautiful movie. I think it's so good for kids. It teaches so many lessons. It teaches adult lessons too. Like things I feel like I learned a lot from that movie is that sometimes you need the bad emotions to appreciate the good ones. And it was funny, and it was cute, and it was colorful, and it had a great cast. And
So colorful.
so colorful.
Many colors.
And
A ton of them.
very creative.
Plural.
Very creative
Plural
too, like what
colors.
they did with like Imagination Land and like Dream Productions and like all these like little elements that added it up that I think just made it really, really special. And like Pixar is, I think, a very special company.
They
But
did
like,
it again, basically.
I just,
Yeah, pretty much.
They really just.
I just
they
loved
did it again.
Inside Out. I think Inside Out deserves some special love.
Yeah, it's like that kind of like Disney like at their best where like it appeals to like everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's I think like
It's a beautiful movie.
yeah.
I cried so much. Yeah.
Awesome. Any concluding thoughts?
I just mentioned Beast of Donation. Like, watch it. It's good. Never watch it again. It's disturbing.
Cool.
That's about it.
Well, that's what
Running
we're
out of
looking
time.
forward to.
We
We're
have
about out
to
of
get to, like,
time.
summer.
So this was our Oscar predictions / movies we're excited about for the upcoming year. And so watch our best TV shows of 2015 video. Should be up around here somewhere. Click on the link wherever it is. Just check out all our videos.
You're resourceful. You can find it.
Subscribe. Check out everything that's available on speakeasy.com because it's awesome.
It's good.
And
It's good stuff.
we will see you guys next time.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.